Before we get into today's video, I just need to remind everyone to do their own due diligence. Take this as entertainment only.
No such thing as debate. Now it's like, so I've begun.
What's the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy Wholesale. Hope, of course, you're all well. Today's video is actually a request from one of my subscribers, Neo Lithium. I don't know anything about this stock. Obviously, Neo Lithium just says it all, really. It's probably a lithium play. I've covered a lot of mining stocks. If you go on and you can actually check out my mining playlist, load of different stocks, the majority of them that I am still invested in because they're long holds. I foresee lithium being a major play in the whole sort of sustainability, sort of EV car making play, battery sustainability, all that good stuff, guys. So I probably know what this is going to be about. It's a mining company, but let's just see if it's one worth adding to my portfolio and what my review is. Like I said, this is a very high level overview, and that's what these videos are all about. So before we get into that, guys, if you can please like, please subscribe. It really does help me out grow this channel. I appreciate everybody loving me. Also, guys, check out the links in the bio below. Cryptocurrency discounts, free shares for joining free trade to get a bit of diversity. Free trade is a good platform for free commission stocks. That's worth checking out. Writers' articles there that I featured in a couple of months back. They're all good reads, especially with the whole meme situation that we find ourselves in. I was talking about that over the last sort of year with Writers. So check out all that good stuff, guys. And without further ado, let's get into today's video. All right, guys, so I'm just going to go straight on the Neo Lithium's website. It pops up with this slick little website, to be fair. The next major lithium producer. I have found that to be a similar kind of phrase used on a lot of the lithium websites. But listen, there's a video here and I thought there's no point me going through and talking about it and listening to my dreary voice. You might as well go on and listen to this here. It's video that they've got. And what I will say, if you actually go on the Neo Lithium's YouTube page, they seem to have all their socials, which is what I like. They've got their LinkedIn, they've got Twitter, they've got Facebook. And if anyone who watches my other videos, you'll know that I like a company that does use social media platform as an outlet. They've got a lot of follow. I'm going to give it a follow. Why not, guys? It's important to see how their competitors are doing. And they seem to be really active, which is very, very good. And it's the same with Facebook and stuff. So I'm liking that, guys. I'm liking, especially this. I haven't seen this very often where they've actually got their own YouTube channel and they're very active in terms of uploading videos. You can see here, every few weeks there's a new video, and there was one from 2 days ago. But initially, let's just have a look at this promotional video and see what they're all about.
The world is making a major shift to clean energy, and lithium is the irreplaceable element fueling that change. Electric vehicles are here to stay. Market penetration is around 4% globally, expected to grow to 30% in the next 10 years. The lithium battery is powering this era. Neo Lithium's exciting 3Q project will help feed that worldwide demand. Over 50% of the world's lithium resources are contained in the brine reservoirs and salars of Argentina and Chile. Neo Lithium's 350 square kilometer 3Q project is at the heart of those resources, with an average grade of over 1,000 milligrams per liter lithium over the first 10 years of production. It is one of the highest grade deposits in the world, with the lowest impurities of any current known lithium deposit. It means low cost of processing using known extraction technologies. The pre-feasibility defined an outstanding project with very favorable economics. We partnered with CATL, the largest battery manufacturer in the world. Our full pilot plant is already producing battery-grade lithium carbonate with an impressive 99.6% purity. The company is moving ahead to complete the final feasibility in 2021.
Okay, guys, so that was just snippets of that promotional video to try and chop it up to the main bits. But I suppose the key things are there that they've done the feasibility study, the initial concept study. We've talked about the importance of them. It shows the purity, it shows the area of land and what is the mining capabilities. That looks very, very good at the high level that we've just looked at. They've got another feasibility study which is set for 2021. So I suppose you've got a catalyst there to be monitoring, to be checking, making sure that they're hitting those targets. But on the face of it, this whole battery thing with the large battery supplier, that's of very interest to me. you got to think about it. I mean, yes, it's all well and good producing lithium, but if you have no one to buy it or use it for this great technology in the future, then, you know, it's going to be proved difficult. Now, I do think that the demand for lithium, if you're able to produce it, you'll get it sold, but it's an extra sort of niche, if you want to call it that, and it seems to be a big operation. We know about Chile, we know about the different areas in the other videos that we've covered in the battery mining stocks. These are areas that are of importance. A lot of the other mining companies that I am invested in do have deposits in this area as well. So it's interesting, guys. Let's have a look at some news articles. So a week ago on Investors Observer, Lithium Corp stock rises, discovers new deep brine aquifer. So it rose last Thursday after the company announced the discovery of a brand new deep mine aquifer in the high grade zone of the 3Q project. Shares of the company were trading 4.4% higher to $2.15 at a share on Thursday. They were pleasantly surprised with the result of the drilling and the manner in which the northern high grade zone extends both deeper and off strike, said Waldo Perez, president and CEO of Lithium, adding, "We are keen to see the results of the new resource estimate, further highlighting the quality and size of the project." Lithium anticipates offering positive new resource update, including all new deeper and off-strike drill holes in 2021 second fiscal quarter. So that sounds very, very promising. And again, it's another catalyst, another target to be monitoring. Okay guys, so we've had a good bit of a look into a high level of understanding what the company's about and what kind of work's got in the pipeline. I went on to Seeking Alpha. I've found this article to talk about what the future looks like and also to talk about sort of the risks. And I feel like from the high level review that I've done, this sums it up perfectly. So let's have a look here. Future outlook. Currently, a large part of the company's future lies with contemporary ambidextrous technology. So that is the deal that they're doing with the Chinese company for the batteries. Lithium recently received Canadian dollar 2.6 million from the Chinese battery giant in order for the latter to retain its 8% stake in the company. So they have an invested interest in Lithium. That is very of interest as well. There's a good partnership that seems to be building there. The strong relationship with the company, CATL, is the global leader in battery production and clearly has some expertise in handling lithium. As such, their assistance in developing Lithium's carbonate manufacturing process is incredibly valuable. To be negative about it in any way is if the demand and price of lithium goes up, how does that affect the profits with them having a stake? Yes, you're given the source. Yes, you're being able to sell directly to the battery supplier. However, you know, are there discounts in there? Are they going to be able to get the true revenue? It's great for now, but if the thing was to get bigger and bigger and better, could this deal maybe hinder them in some ways? Plant construction will not begin for some time, but this doesn't really matter as it would really just be sitting empty until the company can begin harvesting their ponds. The pond construction beginning before the end of the year. The company's goal is to begin production by the end of 2023. Seems feasible. However, I would expect this to be late in the year and would not be shocked if it be pushed to 2024. Again, guys, long hold. 2024 is being talked about here. You know, you're maybe potentially 3 odd years away from production. Doesn't mean that the stock won't rise in between now and then, but just like all these guys, long hold. Just look at the risk then. To start this section, I'll begin what I believe is the company's largest potential risk, but also their least probable one. And the DFS comes back with the highly unfavorable results. The project could prove worthless. Okay, like anything, guys, it is probably unlikely. We're not going to read into any more of that. They've done the initial feasibility study, as we know. No sales before the mine gets to production. Securing the funds to bring the mine to production is another challenge the company must overcome. With the company's current cash of 60 million following recent financing rounds, the aforementioned pond constructed by the end of this year is already fully financed. So that's good, guys. The remaining funds, 260 million, still need to be secured. The company plans to bring in a financial partner in order to give them more power when they finance the whole project with CATL. The financing agreement is likely to include large offtake rights for the Chinese battery manufacturer, though may include further dilution. Regardless, the company's proposed payback period of 2 years should assist them in filling a willing finance partner. This low payback period is helped them dramatically by the company's low operating cost. Initially, yes, the Chinese are putting all the money up front. They have more to lose at this stage, but if it all goes well, which it could, most likely probably will, then you know what that deal will look like for Lithium down the road could, like I said, it could hinder them. And if I was an investor in this or any of these mining stocks, I would be making sure that the targets and outlines that they set in their financial statements and outlooks are being hit. If they're not, at least understand why they're not and make a decision whether or not you believe that that is a fair reason for a project to be delayed. And I think this is important just for all the mining stocks. Finally, the risk that is inherent with all lithium companies, no matter the size, they must be able to sell the product and they are producing. In the case of Lithium, this will be the lithium carbonate first. As I've discussed in many of my past articles, the market will soon shift towards ferrite oxide and new battery chemistries emerge. This shift implies a shift away from carbonate. However, with the demand for lithium as a whole expected to triple by 2025, demand for carbonate will still grow. Talked about that, talked about different industries, we've talked about different types of chemicals that could come out, different types of way of, and that's just the way that it is, you know, it's just a natural life cycle. But I do believe that the demand will be so high that I don't think you need to worry about that in the next 5, even 10 years, guys. I think if you'll know who maybe the leaders are going to be in that space in the next 5 years, and from there you'll still be fine for another 5-10 years. So he's talking about catalyst, guys, and he just sort of says here, though the start of the construction has potentially to fall into the early next year, with this I would expect Lithium to reach a share price of $3.75 by the end of the year. And he just says here, as such, 4x growth is possible for long holders past the 2024 mark at a minimum. This article came out just on July 26th. KBR secures contract for lithium concentration process from Lithium Corp. Under the terms of the contract, KBR will implement its evaporation and crystallization technology solutions to ensure the project achieves maximum lithium yields for Lithium's battery-grade lithium carbonate production. Not going to read too much more about that. That's great news. And if we just finish up by looking at the charts here, guys, we can kind of see here, since the 18th of June right up until sort of today's price, guys, at the heights, you're talking in and around a 50% rise. So the last month has really been quite a positive. We can see we're moving above the 9-day moving average. We're on the right side, and you see all the buy signals are coming in, and the buy signal yesterday came in on the 28th, and that's had a nice rise this week, guys. MACD's looking good. We're above the 180 and 200, and yeah, the volume looks to be good, and there seems to be definitely interest in and around Lithium at this stage. And today's price of the 3rd of August is in and around $2.82. So there you go, guys. That's the video. What's the thoughts on Lithium? I like the play. I think it's as good as any of the other ones that it was talked about on this channel. The only thing I will say is I won't be investing in it because I can't get access to it on eToro. I can't get access to it on free trade. I can't get access to it on Trading 212. You see a pattern here? I can't get access to it, guys. I'm not prepared to set up another platform. I do have Hargreaves Lansdowne as well. I have 6 platforms where I can buy stocks. And unfortunately, Lithium isn't on any of those. If that was to change, I would perhaps change my opinion on that. But right now, I'm not going to go out of my way to invest in Lithium. That's the overview, guys. Look, I hope you have found this one informative. If you have, please like, please subscribe, help me grow the channel, all that good stuff. Again, check out all the links in the descriptions below. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.